and welcome along and welcome back to the farm. And as you can see, our canola for next year is growing quite nicely, and things are going quite well here on the farm. We are, as I said last time, we're picking up with Kenneth Fletcher here on his very large field of maize that needs doing. We're in the JCB carting with his combine driver Fred, and I do need to quickly take the cover off this. There we go, and then we can go and follow the combine round. So this one is a 61, I think it's a 6170 axle flow he's got, with a 9 foot or a 9 meter header on it. Decent sized header for this kind of thing, and decent sized combine. Shouldn't take us too long, but we're getting fairly late. We're in the latter half of November now, and this really needs to come. It's 6140 combine, an axle flow. This it's in a few years, I think, looking by the state of it. But yeah. Cracking combine to be working with. Really strange. Most of the time I tend to think of the farm being a fair way away from town, partly because the town we normally visit is, you know, up by Attingham Park itself, but down here it's a single field away from my farm, just to the edge of the newer housing development at the edge of it, which is just, yeah, no distance at all. Absolutely incredible, and just throws me for a loop whenever I think about this. I mean, it is a fairly large field anyway, and you can tell this by the fact that we are we're down to the bottom corner, and we're gonna have to empty the combine when it turns. I'm hoping we've got as much grass verge around the edge here as along this next side as we have along here, because we're not going to get many we're going to get one full tank off here, and then it's about half a tank after that. This combine holds more than 10,000 litres, and we only have a 14,000 litre trailer here, so it's one of those things where it's not the great match between combine and tractor, but we were really his only option in the local area. I could have possibly gone to the farm at the top and requested the trailer we've been using recently to work with the John Deeres, but I didn't want to spend the extra cash, and it's just a little bit longer journey and a little bit more travelling and things, so shouldn't be too big a problem. And we are fairly close to where we're going to be tipping. It's not the longest of pipes. Hopefully we will be alright. Yeah, there we go. Just got to be close enough to the combine, and then just watch where we're going. But my thought is we'll probably just stick along the combine like the side like this, continually empty, and then when we get to the end of the row here, we should end up with a fairly full tank, as he was getting close to it anyway, and we know that it does about that kind of distance. There we go. Yeah, 75% full, and I think he's finished. Yes. So I'm going to let him fill up a little bit again, I think, and then we'll see if we can top this off. We've only got about 3,000 litres worth of space left in here, so I'll be emptying this out again before we get to the end of the field. Because of the mishmash between how much space I have in the trailer and how much the grain tank holds, I want to try and leave him with as empty a wow, that's tight. As empty a grain tank as possible. Oh, I don't like this. Oh man, this verge around here. Yeah, we're good, and we're full, so I'm going to pull away, let him keep going. At least next time when we empty, he should have an... he should be off this first headland. We won't have any close, narrow calls like that again. That wasn't fun. But as I say, yeah, hopefully we leave him with as empty a grain tank as possible. Gives us maximum time to get into town, to get to the market where we are tipping this, and get back. So the place straight ahead of us is where we are delivering this to today. Ooh, wow. Everybody's walking around like zombies. What happened here last night? That's that's a bit spooky. That's, well, when was Halloween? Yeah, Halloween was about 3 weeks ago. That's a bit weird. Don't know. So we are delivering this not to the indoor market here. I thought this was where they wanted it. Nope. There's nowhere to deliver it here. It's slightly north of us. It's going to be that building there. It's the bakery, not the indoor market, that they want this going to. So, I always get lost around this area. It's a very weird area. Oh man, definitely something going on in town today. They're all a little bit spooky. Let's bring this around here and want to reverse this up into here. There we go. I wouldn't like to be in town after dark if it's like that. That's, yeah. Bring it around. And back it up. Sunrise Bakery is exactly where we've got to deliver this to. So let's tip this up here. And yeah, that gets the first little bit of this contract done. 14,500 litres here. I'll have a word with Bakery and see exactly how much of the quota that we have to deliver this will cover. So it turns out 14,500 litres, that is 9% of our of the amount that we need to deliver for them today. So it's going to take us about 11 trips there to get this done. It's a fair few loads, but considering we're basically going to be taking a full load off the combine pretty much every time we come back to the field and going back and forth all day, I don't think it's going to take us very long to do this. Now, on my way down here, I did notice that there is another gateway into this field, and it's a bit bigger than the other one. So I'm going to get this opened. There we go. Push those open, and we can come in and out this way, and it's less distance for us to do it, especially as our combine is, I think, getting fairly full. I'd be amazed if it wasn't. There he is up there. Yeah, he's stopped. He's obviously waiting for us to empty. And it looks like we're going to be filling down this side here and then emptying down the other side. There we go. Up close. Like so. And keep that maize in the trailer and get it emptied. This combine has a really decent unloading speed. It goes pretty well for the amount that it gets in its auger. Whoa, in its tank. There we go. And allows us to just going around the corner. Yeah, it empties out fairly quickly. Is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, concentrating on trying to get a combine to, you know, to keep the auger over the trailer, and the combine, you know, and everything keep going and talk at the same time can be a little bit of a challenge. But that is our second load off here. We are 1 2/3 away around the field. 3/4 of the way around the field, maybe. Yeah, we've got 2 full trailers off here already. Looks like we're going to get about 4 trailers off the headlands, which means about 6 off the main fields to complete their quota, and that's pretty good. That's a fairly decent yield. I'll have to have a word with Fred in the combine and see exactly what kind of yield they're getting off here, because it's always interesting to find that kind of information out. At the moment, though, things seem to be going fairly well. We've completed the headland here, and I've just returned from the 3rd load that we've taken down to the bakery. The combines are heading to the other end of the field because it's now going to cut through and come out here somewhere, I think. So it's only I radioed Fred and said, you know, do you need me? And he said no, that he was only about half full. So basically I'm gonna wait down this end of the field. Actually, I want to be turned around because I'm in the wrong position. And then when he comes out here, what we'll do is we'll unload on that stretch, and that should keep us going quite nicely. Due to the slightly odd-shaped field, he's actually cutting this corner out first. So I've come down here, and this section that is to my left, I'm gonna come and empty him alongside down there. I think we're gonna end up with about 60-70% of a trailer as a result, which would be quite good. And then yeah, when he finishes this cutout, we should be able to top up and finish off, so it should be pretty good. And yeah, before he gets into the bigger, longer sections of this field, should mean that we get the 4th trailer that we're trying to get off of here. Still, yeah, I'm slightly surprised. Not as much as I expected us to get off the headlands. I was expecting a much, much larger takeoff of that. Right, he's done. And yeah, I reckon that's probably, let's have a look. Yeah, I reckon we're about 60% full in that trailer. So that's pretty good. And yeah, he'll come round, he'll finish off this cut-in now. And then by the end of that, we should have a full trailer we can go and tip. He's cut that corner out now and coming back along the long stretch of the field. So we should be able to finish this trailer off if I just pull in beside him and get it emptied. It's being quite a good and efficient working partnership here with Fred. He's a great combine driver. He knows his stuff, definitely. And yeah, as long as I can keep the corn in the trailer, I'm good. The biggest problem with this combine is I think they must have updated the header not too long ago, because I'm having to get fairly close to the combine with this tractor, or fairly close to the header with this tractor, because the auger isn't very long beyond it. I asked them if they're thinking of doing an auger extension, because that is not the easiest way of working that. So maybe if we work with them in future, we can. Interesting thing with all these harvests that we've been working on recently is there are 3 combines around us that we could potentially get on our farm, especially if we end up getting any larger fields than we're currently farming. I'm fairly certain we could talk to any of these farmers and get a combine for when we need it during our harvest. So yeah, that's pretty positive. That will save us a lot of money in the long run. So yeah, that will be pretty good. We're about halfway through at this point and taking our 6th trailer full, as we've just come back to the field. And with these longer runs now, he's getting full a bit quicker. So we're doing more loading and more runs as time has gone on, which really I should have expected a little bit. It's seems that the yield has also increased a little bit as we've got into the field, which has been a good thing. Has kept us very busy and going. We basically, the best way I've found to do this is to try and empty at the start of a row like this, and then when he's finished and we can pull away, we'll then empty towards the rear or the far end of the field as well, and that just tops us up enough for us to then go and take the maize or the corn to the bakery and get that done there. So we've got a fairly efficient system going now, and everything's running really well. Yeah, we are beginning to motor through this field, which is great news because it's taken a fair amount of the day, unsurprisingly, on such a large field to get this done, but it is getting done slowly but surely. So waiting for the combine down the bottom end of the field here, and I don't think it's going to be quite enough to fill the trailer, so we might have to, yeah, it's not quite going to be enough, I don't think. It's close, but I think we're going to have to take a bit on the other side as well. We're not too bad, actually. I think we're going to tip this. That's a fairly full looking trailer. So yeah, we'll go tip this and come back, and by the time, yeah, I think he's got a fairly empty tank right now. Oh, in fact, no, he's got a completely empty tank right now. So by the time we come back, I think he's going to do another cut-in, and we'll need emptying by that point. 7 trailer falls down, and we're back at the field, just tailing the combine at the moment, waiting to get enough into it to top us up and take load number 8. It's going along nicely, as it has been actually for this whole field. I have had a radio from Fred, though, who said that the combine is getting a little bit low on fuel. He's keeping an eye on it, but at some point we are going to absolutely need to refuel the combine, so we're going to keep an eye on that. If we can get through the rest of the field without having to refuel it, then we should be fine. But at the moment he says it's okay, but he's keeping an eye on it, and at some point, yeah, I'll probably have to go and get the fuel trailer from our farm, seeing as it's the closest, and get the combine refueled, which isn't a huge problem because, you know, we're going to make a fair amount of money from this, so helping out with some fuel for the combine should be good. All in all, though, it's going fairly well. Moisture content is fairly high on here. And has been most of the day, but that's kind of what happens when you're harvesting late November. The sun doesn't stay up for very long, and you end up with your crops, with the dew not drying off very quickly. It's why we actually ended up starting not in the afternoon today, was because it took that long for the moisture content to get to a level that was acceptable for us. But all in all, should be fairly good from that point of view. Really, things are still going along nicely. We're gonna get this knocked out today. We've got one big chunk of field left, and I think that's just a single row for the combine. And I think we've probably got about enough in the combine now to get it emptied. So I think hopefully he's about half full. If he's about half full, that should be enough. Wait, there we go. It should be enough for us to fill the trailer up and take another load down to the mill. And if that way, sometimes the brakes on the fast track can be a little bit too sharp. Good combine driver can easily just it's shut it off, thankfully. But there we go, another full trailer. So this is number 8. I reckon 2 more of these should complete the requirements they've got, the contract they've got with the mill. After that, as most of the contracts around here, I've been told that we can keep the rest. They've already been paid for this, and the rest can go to us. We're on to our final trailer full of corn in order to complete the contract for the field and meet their agreed amount. So yeah, this is pretty good. We're only about 6% short of their agreed amount, which means that a lot of this trailer actually will go to us. They should pay us pretty much immediately for this, which is brilliant. Gonna be ending the year on the farm with quite a lot of money in our pocket, which is absolutely fantastic. We're gonna spend, I think, the next few vlogs just sort of doing some winter work. We're entering into December. Oh, he's come up on me a bit fast. We're entering into December. There won't be a huge amount to do on the farm. It'll actually be a fairly quiet month. Same will be true for January and February, while everything is sort of while the ground is frozen. There won't be much to do. We've got the cows to look after and the chickens, so we're going to be covering those. But I think, unlike the last couple of months where we've done a lot of vlogs in a very short period of time, I think it's going to be sort of one vlog a month, maybe, if that. So if there's something interesting to do, I'll probably do a vlog on it. But as things are coming to a close with the harvests and everything, everything sort of quietens down after this. Right, he's finished, so we'll just back off. There we go. And yeah, there's not a huge amount left on this field. I think we're going to have another full trailer in a bit, maybe. In fact, yeah, there's not a huge amount here. I think we'll go and tip this and do this. This should fulfill the rest of the contract, I think. And then the rest is just for us. I actually heard back just after I left the field that they'd miscounted. They've already fulfilled the amount they need for the contract. So everything in our trailer actually at the moment is for us. So I'm going to top up the trailer before we go and tip it. We'll do it at the end of this row, and that should be enough, I think, to just top this off, if we're lucky. If not, actually looking at, is that going to be enough? That might be. We'll see. I'd like to be able to basically do this in just 2 runs. So there we go. Top this trailer off with him at the end of the field. And then, yeah, there's just enough here for us to go and do one more round. And that will be the contract done and dusted. In fact, yeah. Yeah, we'll fit the rest in, so we'll be okay. Let's head down and I'll come back and we'll finish things off. Combine is just finishing up. Yeah, got a tiny little bit here, and then I think it's going to be, there we go. And in my rush, I wasn't far enough over. There we go. Get into position. And then they can empty out. And yeah, that is all done and dusted. Fantastic. We made about 7,000 off the first load. And we made, we've got about another 3,000 litres, I think. Maybe 3,500 litres sitting in the trailer. So that's pretty good. We're all done between us and Fred, who is, yeah, he's ready to head off. So we're going to leave this here. Really, really good. Nice and simple to do. And the combine didn't run out of fuel, which is great. He should have enough to get home, I think. So we're going to leave this here for today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.